Hey there, my fishing friends. Welcome back to the channel, your go-to spot for everything angling. Today, we're diving deep into the forecast for a truly exciting day. Saturday, October 12th, 2025, right here in beautiful New Zealand. Why is it exciting, you ask? Well, spring is in full swing, and our finned friends are finally shaking off that winter chill, getting ready for some serious feeding. Stick around because I've got some juicy tips that could make this day one for your fishing albums. This isn't just any spring day, it's a day when the fish are less wary and hungry after the colder months, making it a prime opportunity if you know where to look and what to throw. Let's break it down. First up, let's talk about our beloved trout, both rainbow and brown. This is prime time, folks. Many waters across New Zealand have recently opened, and these fish are absolutely ravenous, trying to pack on weight after spawning. From my experience, you'll want to target lake edges and river tributaries. In the lakes, the warming water is bringing trout closer to the surface, especially where insect life is starting to buzz. For rivers, don't be afraid to hit those smaller tributaries. They're full of life right now, and the fish aren't holding back. When it comes to tackle, if the rivers are still carrying a bit of color from recent rains, spin fishing with brighter lures can be incredibly effective. For the fly anglers, larger flies are the ticket. Think robust nymphs and streamers that present a substantial meal. And here's a little secret. October brings pretty regular hatches of mayfly on the rivers and chironomid on the lakes, so have some dry fly options ready for those surface feeders. Remember, these fish are less wary early in the season, so don't be shy. Next, let's turn our attention to the coast for New Zealand's most popular catch, snapper. Spring is when they really start to gather in larger numbers, particularly around the North Island's iconic spots like the Hauraki Gulf, the Bay of Islands, and the Coromandel regions. Look for them around reefs, drop-offs, and even in slightly shallower coastal areas as they move in to feed. For tactics, soft plastics fished slowly on the retrieve are deadly, as are slow jigs. If you're a traditionalist, fresh pilchards or squid will always get their attention. The key is to be patient and let your bait or lure work its magic near the bottom. This is the start of a fantastic season for these fighters. And let's not forget the ever-active Kahawai. While a recent report mentioned some diminishing schools in the Tauranga area, these energetic school fish are generally keen to feed in the warming spring waters. You'll find them patrolling coastal waters, estuaries and harbour mouths, often busting up baitfish schools on the surface. Keep an eye out for those frenzied feeding signs. My advice? Arm yourself with metal lures. Slicers or small jigs are perfect. Small, soft plastics can also be very effective. Work them with a fast, erratic retrieve to mimic a panicking baitfish, and you'll likely be rewarded with a spirited fight. Now for the nitty-gritty, the conditions. For Auckland on October 12th, 2025, we're looking at a partly cloudy day with a chance of a shower. Air temperatures will be quite pleasant, with highs around 21 degrees Celsius or about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and lows dipping to around 16 degrees Celsius, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind will be coming from the northwesterly direction. We're expecting only light precipitation, perhaps around 0.07 inches, so patchy rain rather than a washout. What does this mean for the fish? Unstable pressure associated with partly cloudy skies and a chance of showers can sometimes make fish a bit finicky, especially if the wind picks up significantly. However, the overall warming trend is a big positive, and a little bit of rain can actually stimulate feeding by washing in terrestrial insects. The water temperature in Auckland's coastal areas for October is averaging around 15 to 17 degrees Celsius or 60 to 63 degrees Fahrenheit. This gradual warming is absolutely crucial. As water temperatures rise, fish metabolism increases, making them more active and, crucially, hungrier. It encourages them to move into shallower feeding grounds, which is fantastic news for shore anglers and those targeting the edges. And what about the moon? On October 12th, 2025, we'll be under a waning gibbous moon with approximately 64 to 65% of its face illuminated and decreasing. In the fishing world, the waning moon phase is often associated with consistent, albeit not necessarily explosive, feeding. Some old-timers and calendars, like the Maori fishing calendar, suggest that fishing can be better on an incoming tide when the moon is waning. So pay attention to those tide charts, my friends. Putting it all together, my overall assessment for fishing in New Zealand on October 12th, 2025 is a good to very good with potential for excellent bites. The key reasons? The warming water temperatures are boosting fish activity, leading to a post-spawning feeding frenzy for trout. Snapper are also beginning to move into their spring feeding grounds. Despite the northwesterly winds and a chance of light showers, these positive biological factors outweigh the potentially slight negatives from an unstable pressure system. It's a day that truly favors the prepared and persistent angler. So, my friends, get out there, enjoy the incredible New Zealand scenery, and make some unforgettable memories. May your lines be tight and your coolers full. Remember, if you found this forecast helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more epic fishing adventures, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And tell me in the comments below, what are your absolute go-to spring lures or baits when fishing for trout or snapper in New Zealand? Or perhaps you have a favorite secret spot for October fishing. Share your observations, I'd love to hear them. Tight lines, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next one.